All right, moving quickly on, sending infrastructure. Email roughly works like this. As you can see from this diagram, Apollo is sitting in the middle there, but Apollo isn't sending your emails. I'm going to say that one more time. Apollo is not sending your emails. They aren't providing any emailing infrastructure at all. The infrastructure comes into play after you've set things up and queued it up in Apollo, like an email, text, and other things, and then triggered it to send. Most people in this call today are sending from Outlook, from Google Mail, or if you're a bit more advanced, you're sending via SendGrid. But from wherever you're sending, the most important message is don't abuse the infrastructure. So here are your guidelines for infrastructure. And I'm going to spend a few minutes on this slide, and we're going to go into some great detail so you understand what I mean here. Don't abuse, don't look like you're abusing, and no sudden upticks in sending. So spammers, spoofers, and scammers abuse email service providers to get their emails sent. They do things like using email newsletter software to send cold emails, or setting up dozens of Google Workspace accounts to try to slide under the radar of Google's rules. Don't be like them. The internet is full of well-meaning folks who think they're pulling a fast one on Google or MailChimp by doing this kind of thing. Use your head. A bit of abuse spread across 10 mailboxes is now just a lot of abuse. The internet and Google will catch you and punish you. I promise. Basically, make sure that wherever you're sending from, you aren't directly violating their rules. I'm not a lawyer, as you can probably tell, and I don't want to split hairs, but much of your sendability problems are rooted in the fact that it looks like you're abusing Google and Microsoft's infrastructure. And that means you're violating their acceptable use policy or their terms of service. That gives them the right to basically throttle you down or boot you off. My team is never surprised when folks come to us and they say, hey, we've been burned by doing this kind of thing. The good news is that transitioning to a safer and more legitimate sending path is not usually as painful and doesn't take as much time as you'd imagine. Also, it's important to note, one of Google and Microsoft's biggest fears is that someone breaks into your legitimate email account and starts to send emails out pretending to be you. So if Google or Microsoft see a sudden uptick in email sends, they don't think, oh, the salespeople are busy. They think, oh my gosh, we need to move to stop it. Yes, it's a sort of a case of like mistaken identity, but they have a legitimate reason to think that you might be a spammer, spoofer, or spammer. So they kind of treat you like that.